Welcome to Reread. I have two short stories to review today with you. The first one is from the Stars Adventure Journal, number 14. It's called Crimson Bounty by Charlene Newcomb. Basically, Cage and Crimson, they get screwed out of a deal. See, he owes Hutz some money, and the deal just goes south. He's hoping that this deal will help him pay off his debt to the Hut, but it does not. It just helps pay a little of the interest. So they crash on this planet. Crimson meets someone called Thune. And I was like, wow, that's weird. Thune, wasn't that the bounty hunter in Idiot's Array? And of course, later on, that does turn out to be a bounty hunter who captures them both. It was a surprise. Crimson Bounty came out prior to, publication-wise, Idiot's Array. Publication-wise, Idiot's Array came out after this. This is kind of weird now that I'm trying to explain it. It came out publication-wise after Crimson Bounty, but chronologically it happens before that. So here's another reason why you probably shouldn't read in chronological order, even though it is kind of cool, because now on Thune's first appearance, the surprise is over. If you've read it in chronological order, you already know that Thune is a bounty hunter. I will be honest, I forgot that was the same character. I just remember reading Thune and going, huh, that was the same name as a bounty hunter in Rich Hanley. There you go. My brain's everywhere tonight. And so, and Rich Hanley and Charlene Newcomb are good friends, which is why he put that character in there. But I still thought it was cool that there is a connection. When I was reading these publication-wise the first time through a lot of these short stories, I did not make that connection. So I thought that was kind of neat. But of course, they're going to escape Thune, and they're going to go back to smuggling and maybe try to find the rebellion, because they think maybe smuggling or gun running for the rebellion is the way to go. Now, that was the end of the story. Charlene Newcomb and Rich Hanley had an idea for a sequel to that, but it never came out until yours truly got to talk to Rich Hanley one night, and I convinced him to bring out what's called The Contact. They're a kind of sequel to this story. Cage and Crimson, they're having trouble contacting the rebellion. They've tried everything. So they decide to break out a known rebel from an Imperial prison. It sounds crazy, but they're trying to find where the Rebel Alliance is. Now, I like how the Rebel Alliance is super secretive on where their headquarters are or where their secret bases are. Because if anyone could easily find them, then the Empire could easily rout them out. So I like the idea of the Rebel Alliance being, hard to find. But when they break this person out, it turns out to be Crimson's brother. Now, Crimson is so confused because, according to her, the Empire, the rebellion killed her brother. And of course, it was just a lie by the Empire that she believed. And her brother's going to explain more later. But he breaks them out, and they decide to start work with the rebellion. Now, I had read The Contact. I did not, when it came out, I did not go back and read Crimson Bounty. I talked to Rich about it. And I said, oh yeah, I remember that story from the Stars Adventure Journal. But reading it back to back, this time for the first time, rereading it, it makes a lot more sense. And the story basically picks up almost flawlessly. You don't feel like, publication-wise, there's been years in between this. Now, it's true that Rich Hanley and Charlene Newcomb already had this written out. They just had to touch it up when they released it. You can find this on Joe's site, StarWarsTimeline.net. And yeah, I think they're both pretty decent stories. It would have been interesting to see more about them. These are not the best stories from the Stars Adventure Journal, I don't think, but they are interesting, and I'm happy that we got to finally see the story, The Contact. Just one of those unpublished EU short stories that we got later on, which I'm thankful for. All right, folks, that's it for now. See you next time.